Welcome to Spotlight again. This is Pastor Dan. And we are looking at the issue of the faithfulness of God. And I'm going to deal with one of the issues, at least it's true for me, but I think it is for a lot of people, is that we forget what God has done. And all we can think about is this situation in front of me. For me, God's faithfulness has, of course, been a lot with raising money. Everyone who knows me knows that I raise money for mission projects around the world. God seems to have called me to go over there, speak, and do a week of prayer or evangelism, and I see some needs, and I come back, and I talk, and we tell stories, and some people help me. And we send money over there, and churches are built, and schools are built. And I have had amazing stories, and if I could remember them all, I could fill a book, but I forget a lot of them. But some stories stick out. I was walking out of the La Sierra Church, which is just across the street here, and it was like New Year's or the last day of the year, I forget. Lady walks up to me and she said, "Pastor Dan, what projects do you have?" Yeah, I've got some. And so I told her, there's a school and church in Burma that I have not been able to do. There's a church in Thailand I've run out of money for. She walked me out to her car. She had sold a house. She wanted to give me some money. And I left that little moment with $30,000 in my pocket. And those churches are built. And there's a campus that has a church now. And the church in Thailand is a lovely church. She helped do that. I had a doctor who's passed away now, but he had some proprietary stock that was only for doctors in his profession. It was a great stock. The last day of the year, he handed it to me and said, "Here, Pastor Dan, I want to give this to you." We didn't know how to sell stock. We've never done that before. So it took my business pastor a couple months to figure out how to move that money. From the day that we got that stock until the day we sold, it just went straight up. I'm not going to say it's going to happen all the time, but it happened that time. And we bought a dental van for Bangladesh and some other stuff. That went a long ways. I did a funeral here in Riverside, and a guy was there. Never forget it. I can picture it in my mind. And he said, "Pastor Dan, I just finished a building, I sold the building, and I got $10,000. Can you use it?" Yes, I can. In those days, especially, 10,000 went a long ways. You could build a church or more with that. Wasn't that long ago. We were building, we have a new nonprofit. That's where we're taping here, in this Grace Force nonprofit. And so he's given lots of money over the years, and different years, different amounts. So we were talking about what the needs for that year were, and he said, "Pastor Dan, I'm feeling that maybe I could do 20,000 this year." Thank you. Fantastic. Hung up. 10 minutes later, called me back. He said, "Pastor Dan, I'm thinking more like it ought to be 30,000. I didn't ask for that. That's the Holy Spirit. And he said, "Can you get someone to match it?" I called the lady who was given before. I said, "He wanted to give 30,000. If you'll match it." "Sure, I'll match it." I went from 0 to 60,000 in maybe an hour. I went into Hilton and said, "Look, we just started the foundation. Look what God has done." It's unbelievable. But as soon as someone asked me for something else, another church, I forget all that. And I said, "God, are you going to help me with this? You know, if I run out of people, if I run out of money, you're going to stop blessing me, God?" And I worry, and I sweat, and I fuss. That's why the Israelites had altars everywhere. God was there. They crossed over the Red Sea or the Jordan River, they put stones. God was here. God met them, the angel came, whatever happened, God was here. I have these altars all over the world, churches and schools. Why do I forget? Can we just nail this down? God is faithful. Jesus died on the cross. He's faithful. He is going to come back. He is faithful. He hears your prayers. He's faithful. He's faithful. He'll come through again. If he did it 1,000 times in a row, he'll do 1,001 and 1,002. Our God is faithful. This is Spotlight. Thank you for watching Spotlight. We're so excited about this. We hope that you'll subscribe and so you'll get all of them. And please just forward it on to others and tell other people about it. And let's just see what kind of an audience we can get for these messages of Spotlight. God bless you.